We're back with our daily MLB Best Bets. We're now into the month of May, and we've got this Thursday slate of games. Not all teams playing today here in the MLB, but again, a serviceable slate today for us, and we've got 5 best bets again for these games. And folks, before we get into the best bets, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Later today on the channel, we're going to have our NBA playoff predictions. 2 games today, 2 game 6s between the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks, and the Denver Nuggets and the Los Angeles Clippers. Make sure to join us for that later on the channel today. And also on Greedo Plays MMA this week, our UFC Fight Night Des Moines predictions. Corey Sandhagen takes on Divison Figueiredo in the bantamweight division. And tonight is PFL World Tournament number 4 with the light heavyweights and heavyweights in action tonight. In the main event, Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis takes on Rob Wilkinson. Make sure to check out that video, link in the description down below, and go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA while you're at it as well. Okay, on to the first of our 5 best bets for today. We start off with a very early spot, 9:35 a.m., our daily Nerfy. We're going Cubs, Pirates, we're going Paul Skeens and Colin Rie. This is basically based around the fact I don't think the Pirates are able to score in the first inning, and I don't think Paul Skeens gives up a run in the first inning, right? That's basically how we're approaching this game. It's the 3rd game of the set between the Cubs and the Pirates. Chicago won the first one, Pittsburgh winning yesterday 4-3. The Nerfy did not hit yesterday as the Pirates did score in the first inning. It was a key Brian Hayes single that put them on the board early against Matt Boyd. Colin Rie's been good this year, man. Obviously, again, he's not going to give you much depth. He's a reliever that can go somewhat deep into games. I guess a long reliever is the best way to describe Colin Rie. His last start actually really good, though. Last Friday against the Philadelphia Phillies, the guy goes 5 innings, gives up 3 hits, 0 runs, and 7 strikeouts, and I have to watch the Phillies dominate the Nationals in back-to-back games. But regardless, I've been waiting to see the Phillies bats look like they did against Chicago. I digress. Colin Rie is actually 5-0 this year in terms of games. Well, the Cubs are 5-0 in games that he has started. I believe he's only 1-0 because he's only pitched 5 innings in 1 outing. But that doesn't matter today. We just need the outside of him. And I'm looking at the Pirates' top of their lineup. O'Neal Cruz can blast the baseball, right? I'm seeing comparisons between O'Neal Cruz and James Wood. With all due respect to O'Neal Cruz, I don't think he's the player James Wood is. But anyways, we know the launch angle is crazy at O'Neal Cruz. The exit velo is great. He does have potential, again, to put balls in play, run for a while, or at least, or at the very, or not the least, but also blast balls out the ballpark. I think Rie is able to get him. Brian Reynolds has been very up and down this season. The switch hitter's batting .236. That's a very winnable matchup for us there. And then Andrew McCutchen in the 3. Clutch, obviously, all-time great Pirates player, batting .277 this season. Righty-righty, though, with Rie, I think we're able to get that. And then we look at, Paul Skeens. Am I concerned about Paul Skeens giving up a run in the first inning? A little bit just because of Chicago's lineup, but look at Paul Skeens' last start. Really establishing himself as the best pitcher in the major leagues. I personally believe that. Again, he had a rough start against the Cardinals in his second outing of the year, but Skeens has just been phenomenal. ERA is 2.39. That is only going to continue to go down as the season goes on. His last start against the Dodgers, man, 6 1/3, 5 hits, 0 runs, 9 strikeouts. The guy's elite. He's so elite. He's so good, and he's 22 years old. It's crazy. And sure, the Cubs have some great hitters at the top of their lineup. They've got Ian Happ. They've got Kyle Tucker. They got Seiya Suzuki, right? All those guys with pretty high averages. You might get a Michael Busch in there. Carson Kelly's been phenomenal all year long for this Cubs team. Through 30 games, Carson Kelly's batting .360 and has crazy power. Well, I don't know if I'm going to say crazy power, but has potential to put balls in gaps. He's got 7 home runs this season. Yeah, I don't know what's gotten into Carson Kelly in his 30-year-old season, but he's been phenomenal. Regardless, we know who's even better, though. It's the pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's Paul Skeens. So again, I like doing this with Nerfies, and we hit our Nerfies the last 2 days, both with the A's and the Rangers. We went to that on back-to-back nights, and it did cash for us. Today, I like this because, again, I don't think the Pirates are able to score regardless of the pitcher. I get it, they scored last night, but we got to think about this. Let's look at a long-term outlook here, an overall outlook here. Are the Pirates going to score in the first inning in back-to-back games? Probably not. And is Paul Skeens going to give up a run in the first? I don't think so. I think the biggest threat is obviously Kyle Tucker, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to take Paul Skeens to go out there, get the outs, and we're going to go, I don't know if we're going to go 6 up, 6 down, but I think we're going to get 6 outs to start this game here in the top and bottom half of the first inning. Colin Rie and Paul Skeens will get us the 6 outs in cash on the Nerfy today, -135 on the line. The other Nerfy I considered today was the final game of the night, Giants-Rockies, just because it's San Francisco, and, I don't feel great about either of those two teams' bats. But But I can see the Giants hit. Yeah, I can see like an Elliot Ramos or a Jung-Ho Lee getting hits off of Kyle Freeland. So I decided to go against that, and actually we get better odds for Pirates Cubs than we do Giants Rockies. Giants Rockies was minus 140, so I decided to play this one instead. Regardless, give me the Nerfy here with our first game of the day in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Second best bet of the video, we move to our first of two money lines. An AL Central matchup between the Minnesota Twins and the Cleveland Guardians. It's the fourth of this 4-game series. The first one won by the Minnesota Twins, the second two won by Cleveland. So the Guardians looking now for the 3-1 series win, or Minnesota trying to even things up as they move on to their weekend series. I think the Guardians get them tonight. Cleveland winning the last two games 2-1 and 4-2. The pitching matchup tonight, two pitchers who are not going to wow you. I mean, there's going to be runs scored tonight. Over-under's 8.5, but there are going to be runs scored in this game with Simeon Woods-Richardson and with Ben Lively pitching. Woods-Richardson's been up and down this year. I mean, he's not going to go deep into a game. I mean, max, I think we expect 5 innings out of him. His last start, probably his best, 5 1/3 against the Angels. That's the only time, he's gone over 5 innings this year. 5 1/3, 4 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts. Good start against the Angels, but the Angels are pretty abysmal sometimes, I'm just going to be honest, and we're going to get to them later on in the video. But a really good start out of Richardson. ERA is 4.07 this year. Lively, 4.4 ERA on the year. He's been up and down. I mean, his best start was against the Pirates on the road at PNC Park, and that one he goes 5 1/3, 4 hits, 0 runs. Lively's a pitch-to-contact guy. He's not going to get the most swing and miss stuff. Last start against the Red Sox wasn't great. 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 home runs given up, 3 walks, but yet the Guardians still won the baseball game. I think we're looking at this game again. 4th game of this 4-game set. I just like what the Guardians bats can do more than the Twins. These are two teams that, let's just be honest, have been struggling all year long with the bats. And we always talk about the Guardians, but the two guys specifically who do not struggle with the Guardians, and it's apparent, Steven Kwan, Jose Ramirez. Kwan, always one of the league leaders in average every single year, right? All-Star Game starter last year. And J-Ram, again, elite player in the league, one of the best players in all of Major League Baseball, batting .265 this year, but you can always, again, rely on J-Ram to get you big at-bats in different spots of the game. I look at this Twins lineup, and I'm still not impressed. Byron Buxton, Carlos Correa are still kind of hitting at that same level like they were at the beginning of the year when we were really, off on this Twins team. And also, guys, Minnesota's 4-12 on the road this year. Cleveland 10-5 at home. I just like the Guardians more as a whole. The pitching matchup, to me, I'm just going to be honest, I don't really think it matters, right? I don't want to, this is going to sound messed up, but it's just a very mid-pitching matchup, and ultimately, I just think the team with the better bats are going to prevail. I don't think it matters that Simeon Woods, Richardson, and Ben Lively are on the bump. I think both those guys are going to give up runs. It's just going to be a matter of which lineup 1 through 9 is going to be able to capitalize on that. Personally, I believe that's the Guardians lineup. And on top of that, by the way, this game is in Cleveland, Ohio, so that, again, another thing that does benefit the Guards. But I just think, again, this lineup is better. Steven Kwan, Jose Ramirez, Manzardo, Santana, some of these guys, again, Rocchio, have been just very up and down all year long. But at least for Cleveland, we can look at, okay, the guys who bat 1 and 3 in this lineup, and Kwan and Ramirez, we can rely on to get us big hits. I look at Minnesota, and there's power in this lineup too, don't get me wrong. I look at this Minnesota lineup, and I'm just like, I don't know who's great on this team. Because normally you'd say, okay, Byron Buxton, a Carlos Correa, maybe even a Larnach who's batting in the 4. None of those guys have averages over 230 right now, or over 240. They're batting Gasper in the leadoff spot. He's batting 188. Ty France is arguably still their best hitter, and trust me, if Ty France is your best hitter, something's not going your way. So I'm going to take the Guardians. I will briefly mention Emmanuel Clase, who I don't know if he's back. Back-to-back outings out of him, back-to-back saves where he did go out there and pitch very effectively. So I don't know, again, if Clase is fully back. 6.75 ERA, but again, he's looked good in his last couple outings. Again, yesterday actually wasn't that great. Gave up a run on 2 hits. I don't know if he's back. It's weird because Clase was so elite the last 3 years, and I don't know what's going on with him right now. I don't know. Regardless, I'm taking the Guardians to win this baseball game. I just feel like the Twins are, I don't want to call them lifeless, as I realize the Twins have the same record as the Washington Nationals. Are you kidding me? God, why is my team so poverty? Why? We are years 5 into a rebuild, and we're still... Oh my God. I'll get to the Nationals in a few moments. But yeah, I don't like the Twins lineup at all. I don't think they're really able to piece together many hits. And I think, again, Richardson versus Lively is just, mid versus mid pitching matchup. And I trust the Guards bats more than Minnesota. So I'm taking Cleveland money line today, minus 115 here at home at Progressive Field. Next up, we move to our best player prop of the day, as we've got Kota Sengai on the under on strikeouts today. The line is 5.5. I'm going under here. Might be kind of a crazy play. I don't think it is, but this is, again, plus money for Senga under on strikeouts. Okay, for one, it's the Diamondbacks, and I get it. There are some big swing and miss guys with Arizona, but this is an electric lineup that could potentially chase Senga out the game pretty early, okay? So that is a factor going into this one, and you know what the D-backs lineup brings. We're talking about Corbin Carroll, who has cooled off recently, sure, but Corbin Carroll, Eugenio Suarez, who had the 3 home run game, or the 4 home run game, still batting 200 on the year. Josh Naylor, Gabby Moreno, Lourdes Gurriel. I mean, again, this is a lineup who they have cooled down, but I think they're good enough, again, to work at bats and put the ball in play. Now, yesterday they saw an opener from New York. It was Brazoban, who went 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, which isn't ideal. I understand that, but I'm looking at this not from really a Diamondbacks perspective. I'm seeing this through, okay, Kodai Senga hasn't reached this line that often this year. In starts so far this season, he's 1-4 trying to reach this line. You know, his last start against the Nationals, he goes 6 innings, 5 strikeouts. Cardinals game, 5 2/3, 4 strikeouts. A's outing, 7 innings, 4 Ks. He pitched against the Marlins twice, one the first time in Miami. It's the only time he's reached this line. It was April 1st, so exactly a month ago, Senga had went 5 innings, gave up 3 hits with 4 runs, and had 8 Ks. His next start against Miami 6 days later, 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts. I don't really trust him to get this line today. I don't know. Again, if history has told me anything, it's that Senga likely won't get this. Now, again, if the lines and if the books have this at this line, it's plus 105 for the under. Maybe something's up. I understand, and I think again, it probably is just the Arizona bats. They haven't been the best. This is a team that started the year kind of hot, and they've really just cooled off. Now they're only 2 games over 500. I understand that. But I just don't think Senga's had the best swing and miss stuff this season. I saw the Nationals really attack counts early against Senga in that game last Friday, and that's, again, crazy how a week changes things, right? And it's not even a week. It's been 6 days, and I was over the moon last Friday. The Nationals beat the Mets, and now it's just, what are we doing with that team? Again, I'm gonna have a lot to say in a few moments. It's just, I'm sick of losing, man. I'm sick of losing. Regardless, I think the D-backs, again, they might be able to chase Senga out of there. Is that all that probable? I don't know. Again, they're at Citi Field. The Diamondbacks did win yesterday 4-3. The first game, the Mets won 8-3. So again, third game of this set, actually the Diamondbacks and Mets are going to play another series in just 3 days in Arizona. I don't know who makes these schedules sometimes. Like, I know the Nationals and Phillies are playing right now. They don't play again until late August. Like, I just don't get who maps these things out. But anyways, right, there is a potential, again, the D-backs bats, Corbin Carroll, right, Josh Naylor and company. They could, Tawa's batting the leadoff for this team, which I really don't understand. But anyways, right, like, I get it. This team could be able to get Senga out of there. But even if they don't, right, I saw Senga go 7 innings against the A's in a game that was pretty much over from the time Senga left the bump, right? It was an 8-0 victory for New York in that game on the road in Sacramento, California. And they were dominating the Athletics in that game, and Senga still couldn't get the 6 strikeouts. He only had 4, and he pitched 7 innings. He got 21 outs in that game, and only 4 of those 21 outs were strikeouts. So I don't think he's gonna get this line tonight. I don't think so. Again, we fumbled on our line yesterday, or our player prop yesterday. We went under on strikeouts on Miles Michaelis, but the Reds are incompetent. Okay, they just are. And as soon as I just said that. Watch them sweep the Nationals this weekend. But I really think the Reds are incompetent. I shouldn't say that as a Nationals fan. Regardless, I think the D-backs are able to not even work counts. I think they're able to jump on Senga early. I think they're able to stay out of some 2-strike counts, and I don't think they're going to strike out more than 5 times today. So I'm going Arizona to come through for us. Kodai Senga under on strikeouts. You get it at plus 105. I don't mind it at all. Senga under 5.5. He's only hit it 1 time all year long, and that was exactly a month ago. So let's go Arizona. Let's get Senga out of this game without reaching 6 Ks. Okay, our 4th best bet of the day. The Washington Nationals' best bet is going to be the over today of 9.5 runs. For as, I really want to say, Nationals money line today. They got this one. I just can't. Philadelphia is on a 4-game winning streak. They won back-to-back to close the series against Chicago. They win back-to-back to start the series with the Nationals. And, I watched that game yesterday like I always do. I haven't missed a game since 2017. I watched this Nationals team, and I turned the game on, obviously. I'm watching the first inning. The Nats can't score early because they never can. It is what it is. And then I witnessed Kyle Schwarber, get a curveball right down the middle from Jake Irvin. Great. His velo's down. I said this at the very beginning of the year. I said I was scared about Jake Irvin. All the velo was down. In all fairness, I was kind of hyping him up recently, but I'm still scared about the Jake Irvin velo. I don't know what's going on. Regardless, Irvin basically just gives him a cupcake down the middle, or cookies, probably the better way to put that. He gives him a meatball right down the middle. I just used three different items of food. Regardless, right down the middle, and Kyle Schwarber just launches it. But the thing is, Schwarber just kind of sticks his bat out there. And again, I've seen this before, obviously, Schwarber being a former National, but he just literally just puts the bat in the middle of the plate, and somehow that ball flies out the park. I mean, just Kyle Schwarber, known at Nationals killer. Can we re-sign that guy in the offseason, please? I'm tired of watching him destroy my baseball team. The thing is, this is the type of guy I want to be a DH of my baseball team. Guys, we need Josh Bell. Oh my goodness. Guys, I really like Josh Bell. I own a Josh Bell jersey. His first stint in DC, I was such a huge fan. And in all fairness, Josh Bell's first stint with DC, he was horrible in the first month. But guys, this is disgusting. Because back then it was like, all right, we've got guys around him. We've got Trey Turner. We got Juan Soto. We got Kyle Schwarber. We don't need Bell to produce. Josh Bell still bats fifth every night. He bats 135. Oh my. He has the second worst average in all of baseball under Lamont Wade for qualified hitters, and he bats fifth. We are such an unserious baseball team. He bats fifth, and yesterday he had two opportunities with runners in scoring position, and he didn't convert either time. Bob Carpenter, the Nationals play-by-play guy, he said yesterday, oh, big moments continue to find Josh Bell. Yeah, because he bats fifth. Oh my God, get him out the lineup. Just, I don't know what we need to do. I don't think he's got an option to Rochester AAA, but just something needs to happen. I can't watch Josh Bell lifelessly get out this many times. I'm still waiting for the power, dude. Just, oh man, it's so frustrating to watch. Yesterday, 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. It's just, it kills everything. I see, okay, Abrams gets on base. Oh, Ahmed Rosario, James Wood, low, regardless of what inning this is. And then Bell comes up and it's an automatic out because he bats fifth. What designated hitter can't hit the baseball? This is why we're 5 games under 500. This is why we're in a never-ending rebuild. I don't understand. What is the mindset behind this team sometimes, man? Again, I absolutely love Josh Bell. But it's just unbelievable. Now that I got that out the way, I'm going over on the total runs today, 9.5. Yeah, Brad Lord's pitching for the Nationals. I like Brad Lord. Again, there are rarely ever Nationals players I don't like at all. Like, I like most guys who are on this team. Guys, Brad Lord's gonna get lit up tonight. I want to be wrong so bad, but I can see it right now. Kyle Schwarber, first inning home run for the third consecutive day. I can see Bryce Harper finally. Again, Harper is still kind of cold. It's a matter of time before he heats up, and I feel like it's going to be right now. I feel like Harper's going to take Lord yard. Bryce was just like that far away from taking, I think it was Jake Irvin deep, or was it Poche? One of the two yesterday. I can feel that one coming. This is likely Lord's last start until Soroka comes back. And then I was thinking, oh, Cade Cavalli's going to come back. We can get Trevor Williams the F out of our rotation. But Cade Cavalli had a setback, of course, in his first AAA start. So, whatever, man. Just, when's Josiah Gray coming back? Seriously, I have not heard a damn thing about Josiah Gray. He's on the same timeline as Spencer Strider. Strider's back. Where's Josiah? Tyon Walker's due to blow up. I actually think the Nats are going to hit quite well against Tyon Walker tonight. Yeah, he's been good this year, 2.78 ERA. That's fake, guys. That's just so fake. This is a 1-month Linsanity run at Tyon Walker. That's going to end, and I think that's honestly going to end today. My concern is the Nationals going to be able to match the Phillies in runs? I don't know, because I feel like Lord's going to get blown up today, and I honestly think Taijuan Walker is going to get blown up too, guys. Walker, not a guy who throws particularly hard. He's not a soft-throwing lefty like the Nationals struggle with. He's just the type of pitcher the Nationals hit very well. So I'm looking at you, Abrams. I'm looking at James Wood. I'm looking at a Dylan Cruz, the three guys who actually give this team life. I understand Cruz was horrible yesterday, but whatever. I think he's just cursed against Philadelphia. Anyways, though, I expect, again, those bats to really get going against Taijuan Walker. But the rest of this team, man, I don't know. Nathaniel Lowe too. It's just I have problems with this team. I think again it starts with Josh Bell. It's just they come off that huge come from behind victory against the Mets, right? They walked them off twice in the same series. They win. They're down 7-1. They win on Saturday, and this team hasn't won a game since. We went over it yesterday. They would have won yesterday if Keibert Ruiz. Or 2 days ago, if Keibert Ruiz caught a 2-hopper right into his glove, but he just missed it. And of course we lost on a pass ball. Like, I'm so sick of this, man. When will we ever be good? Like, but it came out yesterday. The learners are like broke now. Sell the team. Sell the team. I don't know. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know much about Ted Lenosis, but I always see Nationals fans, really wanting Lenosis to buy the team. Okay, sure. Him, Elon Musk is in DC a lot. Guys, let's get Elon to really take a liking to baseball, and then boom, we get all the free agents. Just give us a rich owner, an owner that actually wants to win. Guys, imagine if Elon Musk got really involved in baseball, and he's like, well, I don't want to watch. He's like, he does he pulls a Jerry Buss, and he's like, well, I don't want to watch this team suck every game, so I'm just gonna buy my team. Please, something like that. I'm not even saying it has to be Elon, but can we get an owner that actually cares about winning? I'm sick of this crap. Over 9.5 runs. Lord is probably going to get blown up today. And Taijuan Walker's, I think James Wood's hitting a 450-foot bomb at a deep right field. Okay, over 9.5. Nats probably lose. Okay, on to Cincinnati. So pumped. Final best bet of the day, we go to Los Angeles or Anaheim, California, as the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim take on the Detroit Tigers. Feels like a pretty easy one to me. I'm going Tigers and money line. Yeah, the Tigers, they're my squad I always pick in the American League. I'm not a Tigers fan at all. But yeah, the Angels suck, and the Tigers are probably the second best team in the American League. So make this one make sense to me, guys. This feels like a Vegas trap, I'm just going to be honest, but if it's a trap, we're falling right into it. I don't care. I'm not bringing myself to pick the Angels in this spot, okay? The Angels have lost 5 games in a row. Mike Trout's likely not playing today. I don't think he's on the IL, but Trout left yesterday's game due to discomfort, due to a knee injury. He's definitely not playing today. Tell me how the Angels win this game? Casey Mize is pitching for Detroit. He's been great all year long. And sure, the Angels get their best guy, I think, and you say Kikuchi. But Kikuchi's got a 4.31 ERA this year. His last start against the Twins, he got blown up. And again, it's against the Twins. He goes 2 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, 0 Ks. Yeah, pack this guy up. Let's go, Detroit. I mean, I get the games in Anaheim. There's going to be a whopping maybe 15,000 people there if they're lucky. And the Tigers came off a big one yesterday in Houston. We had the Tigers yesterday on the money line. Shout out to Javi Baez with the grand slam. I think it's something that people aren't really talking about. Guys, Baez is batting 300, and it's not like, oh, we're 10 games into the year. We're 30 games into the year. And Javier Baez is batting 300. Sure, his contract's still horrible, but look at him go, man. That's cool, man. I'm not going to lie. When Javier Baez is good at baseball, it makes the sport better. I'm not going to lie. I'm glad he's finally kind of figuring it out, and look at the Tigers. Look at him. Baez getting it going. Look at guys at the top of the order. McKinstry, Carpenter, Glaber, Riley Green. It's a good baseball team, man. I say it every day. This is a really great baseball team, and their starting rotation is what makes them great as well. And again, if you get nights like yesterday where Javier Baez is going yard at the grand slam, or with the normal suspects in this lineup as well, that makes this team so elite. And Casey Mize with a 2.12 ERA on the year. He's been excellent. I mean, rarely does any team score more than 1 run against him. It only happened once all year against the Twins. He gave up 4 runs on 7 hits. Other than that, every single start he's given up 1 run or less. Mize has been great. And that's why we're going with the Detroit Tigers today to win this baseball game at -125. Hopefully, they don't need extra motivation. Like yesterday, we were talking about, we need teams to be motivated. I should probably say this about the Nationals. Like Josh Allen's going to be motivated this year because of what happened in Sinners. Now, I did have another thought about that real quick. Do you think Josh Allen's like getting any, you think Josh Allen's like anyone in the locker room saying anything about that? Again, I've never been in a professional sporting environment, but dog, in like, this is gonna sound very like, this is gonna sound bad. Back in my day, okay, or when I was playing, if something happened like that, again, different circumstance, right? But let's correlate this to, like let's say in high school. Okay, if your girl's in theater and she's like, posted up and she's, like on some Sinners stuff, right? In the school play or whatnot. I guess that's high school can be play. But anyways, I don't know what went on in theater, okay? But say like that's your girl. Like, dude, imagine coming back to the locker room and the crap you would hear. I mean, again, I don't know if that's that way around the country. I'm sure it is. But if that happened where I went to school, that'd be a war zone. Like, what's going on in the Buffalo Bills locker room? You think like anybody's saying anything? There's got to be that one guy, right? Like, there's got to be one dude in the locker room that's giving Josh Allen a little bit of crap, right? I mean, just scroll on TikTok for a second and that's all you see, Sinners. And what happens in Sinners, right? I don't know, man. But hey, motivation. I don't know what that has to do with the Nationals. Maybe I just need to see like, who do we need to really motivate on the Nats? We need someone's wife on the Nats to go be in a big movie with Michael B. Jordan, okay? That's what needs to happen. Yeah, that's what needs to happen. Okay. Hey, and you wonder why Josh Allen won the MVP last year. Just look when that movie was filmed. Anyways, folks, going with the Tigers here on the money line, -125. I think they take care of the Angels here. No Mike Trout, and the Angels just keep on losing. They're not winning tonight, and they're going to get swept in the series, okay? I think so. The Angels just suck at baseball, yet they have the same record as the Nationals. God, I hate baseball sometimes. Folks, thank y'all for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow for more daily MLB Best Bets. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.